those struggles with math, those struggles with reading, all of those things are going to be there.
Yeah.
But can you make learning fun too and show them that they are gifted?
Let's talk about how to get started. You've got a parent who maybe they have their child home. Maybe their kid is just barely reaching school age and they're thinking, I want to homeschool. I feel that tug. And I know that this is what's right for my family and what the Lord's calling me to do, but I just don't think
Mhm.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Um, or maybe you've got a parent whose child is in school and they just know it's time to bring them home. How do you encourage those parents? What do they
Yeah.
do?
What do they do? Well, we do it a little bit different. I know, and probably a lot of your guests have talked about deschooling. Well, I'm going to talk about
Mhm.
deschooling specialized education
Okay.
ways because our kids are so unique. And so even to deschool means that we take, the typical school model out. Well, to take it a little bit further, what I had to learn was not only how I like to teach, because that is very important, but I also needed to study my kids and to know what drove them. Because when you hit that sweet spot for kids who struggle and they they dive into something they really like, all of a sudden that struggle goes away.
Yeah.
And so I'll use an example of what I did. And this is just because I'm a scientist by nature. I have a degree in physics, and so I thought, well, let's make this an experiment. Um, and so I knew there was a couple different methodologies that I could choose from. And no, understand, this was 19 years ago. There was no Charlotte Mason. There was, no online, nothing.
Right.
we had email.
Yeah.
We were happy. But so I just thought, okay, there's the traditional textbook way, there's the literature-based way, and there's unit studies. That's what I got. So let's try it out. Let's use a common denominator of 1700s, seafaring. And so we did textbooks, and I about had a mutiny on my hands because my kids did not like to color. They did not want to sit still and listen to textbooks. All of that just did not work. So I thought, okay, literature based. We'll go to the library. We'll get some books on this. We'll all sit on the couch and be cozy, but they were jumping on the couch. And again, that didn't work so well. And so we, did the unit study approach the final day, and we talked about knot tying, and so I got 20 feet of rope for each of them, and we learned all these different knots that we could tie. And I said, okay, so this was the time of pirates, so you can tie me up, but you have to use the proper knots. And they were like, yes. So I kind of figured out that I liked the unit study approach for myself because I'm one of those people. I look at a recipe and go, oh yeah, okay, I got the ingredients, we're good to go. I never follow the instructions.
Uh-huh.
And if I would have bought a curriculum that had instructions, I would have never used it anyways. So I understood that about myself, but I also understood what motivated my children. And as I used different curriculum, I found that my oldest was a builder. I could assign him to build anything related to our unit study, and he would build it. He would go find the supplies around the house in the backyard or wherever. My second one wanted to put the costumes together. He always had, Batman costume. He was Peter Pan. And still to this day, he likes going to anime conferences, and getting dressed up.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but to take those things that were kind of drove them, and it allowed me as a parent to not have to work so hard in teaching them because they had after I studied them, I knew how to drive them. And so take that time to really learn your children,
Mhm.
what drives them, because those those struggles with math, those struggles with reading, all of those things are going to be there.
Yeah.
But can you make learning fun too and show them that they are gifted
Yeah.
as part of their school as well? And if you can find that balance and be okay with, I'm not getting all my curriculum out of a box, maybe you want to start there, but getting very eclectic because that's what people who've homeschooled a learner who is very out of the box, you
Yeah.
can't teach them out of a box. And so you have to learn to tweak and to change and to be comfortable with saying, well, this worked for a while. Now we got to put it on the shelf and try something different. And guess what? That's what special education teachers do all the time.
Yeah.
You are not a bad teacher if you do that. They are guessing as much as you are, and they're actually guessing more because they don't know your child as well.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.